What's going on, guys? Sorry I'm a little late. If you got an update from my Snapchat or my Facebook that I was going online in 10 minutes, it actually took a little bit longer for me to get here. 3 kids, 2 of them were like upset and screaming, and I don't think y'all wanted to hear children being dipped in acid, basically. Fiery acid, piercing screams. So, tried to spare y'all on that. Let me get this chat session open so I can actually see what you guys are saying. So give me one sec. We got 6 people in here. Let's see what we can do here. Last time I think we peaked at 21 people and we beat my goal of 20. I'm gonna see if I can get past that before I dig in and let y'all know what's been going on with me the past 3 days and why I have not been able to make I guess good or consistent videos in the past couple days. What's going on, Tom? How are you doing? Hey, Brian. I'm doing all right. I'm actually in our bedroom. This is like a photo thing that my wife had made. I'm back here in the bedroom because it's the quietest spot in the house right now. My kids are like going freaking crazy. Like, I don't know what happened, but they're like 10 minutes. Whenever I said I was going to go live in 10 minutes on my Snapchat and Facebook so everybody could be prepared to come join me over here, which I'm sure I lost some people during that process or whatever. Yeah, during that period, something happened and like demons possessed my children and they went crazy. So I had to wait till they settled down and my wife had to go in there and get the baby and chill out. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, I got a 1-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old son, and an 8-year-old boy. So yeah, basically it's hectic. So we got 10 people in here. Let's see, what's up, Glitter Glam? How you doing? What's up, damn boy? Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Lucia? Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, man? Man, so yeah, the past few days has been kind of crazy for me. I think I posted a couple videos on Thursday. Yeah, I posted a couple videos on Thursday. And then starting Friday, Saturday, and then this morning, I've had this recurrent corneal abrasion, which if you guys follow me on my Facebook group, man, it was tough. Like a couple months ago, it put me out of commission for like a whole week at least. Didn't make any videos. My daughter shoved her finger in my eye and sliced it open. And yeah, hey, by the way, how was the connection? Last time it was completely terrible. Somebody let me know if it's clear, if it's decent, something. I just need to know if you were in my live stream last time, it was terrible and borderline embarrassing. I'm not on Wi-Fi right now, so hopefully that's making a difference. Thanks, Brian. Thank you so much. That makes me happy. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, but yeah. But I got y'all sitting in my lap. My phone that I'm recording off of is on top of the laptop, so I can see y'all's chat. What's up, AIM Triple X from the UK? Yeah, it's evening time there. You're like 5 hours ahead of us, I think. Yeah, I saw your status today, Ronnie, on the Facebook group. That's awesome. Yeah, I did some crazy workout session, a crazy workout session last night, and it felt amazing. Felt so freaking calm and peaceful on my way home because I went to town to go do it, and I live about 15 minutes out of town, so it felt really, really good on my drive home, and I got some great sleep. But yeah, so basically what happened that couple months ago was like she shoved her finger in my eye, split it open. It was a deep, large abrasion, so I had to go. Well, first I let it sit overnight, got infected. There was pus on my eye. The next day I went to the ER. They told me it was a huge abrasion and that I needed to see an eye doctor, so I got to schedule that. Went to them. They put a contact lens in it, a contact lens bandage, and it gradually got better. And I took it out, but now I'm having recurrent abrasion, which what that is basically when I go to sleep at night, you're at your most dehydrated state early in the morning. So whenever I wake up, this eye will pop open and it'll tear the old abrasion slit that I had in my eye. It doesn't tear it to the fullest extent that it was last time, but just a little bit of it will rip open. And it's very, very painful. And it takes me like 3 or 4 hours to even get my morning started. And what really sucks about this whole thing, guys, is that I have been I'll have 5 total days off through Tuesday. So I'm on my 3rd day off, and I wanted to get so many videos made. I want to do like 2 or 3 uploads a day for you guys, or at least have some back recorded so I could throw some extra ones out there when things like this happen. I wanted to do some awesome video planning. I wanted to do a Facebook Live. I want to do a lot of cool things, but I have not gotten to get to do that. And of course, life throws you these curveballs at unexpected times. I thought I was over the abrasion thing, but it popped back out to say, "What's up?" So that's just kind of what I'm dealing with. So it's just been kind of a sucky last couple days. Joey, aka Adam, I have chest pain sometimes, but I've never had a panic attack. My first thing to tell you is, have you been to the doctor to get checked up on all that? Have they done an EKG? Have you had, your blood test done? Have you spoke to an actual doctor over this? Because that's the first step. I can't say anything, and I won't say anything about any of it until I know that you've gone to the doctor. I encourage that. I can tell you what to kind of do and what to expect if you do have anxiety issues surrounding that, and if that's what's the actual cause. Let's see, we got 11 people in here. We peaked out, I think, at 12 or 13. I'm pretty sure I had some impatient people for about 10 minutes just decide to not hang around because I had promised I was going to start this like 20 minutes ago, and it ended up being later. So what's up, Ivan, the King Muscle? What's up, dude? Yeah, I'm just on here being a baby and ranting about my eyes splitting open again. Ivan, he knows because he's one of my buddies here. He works with me. So he knows I was out a whole week because of it. AK Adam, nope, I'm afraid of needles. Well, they're not going to give you, they're going to take a blood test. Well, honestly, to be honest, that's a fear of yours, and you're going to have to get that established. You're going to have to go get a checkup to make sure you don't have any other issues causing your chest pain. I mean, I can't sit here and say that there's nothing wrong because I don't know if you've been to the doctor. Yeah, Brian, it does. Let me see. Rival Gamer, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You got to find the things that work for you. In the moment, it's hard to really stop something like that. What I always did was that literally I would go exercise, but yet some people are scared to exercise when they're going through that. Maybe try splashing some cold water on your head or take a cold shower. That'll help too. If you got any breathing techniques, go on YouTube and check out some breathing techniques on there. There's many of them on there. It's about controlling your breathing. You can really relax, but it's probably a lot of muscle tension. And Rival Gamer TV, yeah. If you've been to the doctor and you've been told that there's no issues with your chest, then you got to kind of trust that. See, we're still sitting at 12 members. Let me refresh the screen here. I appreciate it, Brian. I hope I can do a little bit better. I'm hoping that I can make a video or two early this week, I hope. Philip, you've been dealing with thieves? Man, that sucks. I've been there at the last house that we were actually renting from. Woke up one day. Luckily, I never kept anything in my car, my old car that I had. So they were really disappointed when they broke into that. It was a crappy car anyways. It was some old Suzuki. Don't ever buy a Suzuki, by the way. A Suzuki car. For me, the experience was just completely terrible. Literally one thing after another broke on it. But anyways, in this neighborhood, yeah, we had some people that would come from the bad side of town, which was not far from this nice little retirement neighborhood that we lived in. And they would come over at night and steal people's crap. And I left my car, always had my car unlocked because I wasn't worried about nobody really stealing my car, which, now I keep my cars locked because of this. But they rummaged through everything and they didn't find anything in there because I never kept anything in that car, which is why I didn't lock it. But they definitely tried to go in there and, empty me out. Brian, yeah, that sucks. I mean, that's one of those things. You have to make yourself do it. Like I say in some other videos, start out slow and just see how that works for you. Maybe just walk. There's plenty of videos. What I like to do sometimes is like just the yoga and stretching videos on YouTube. There's like 30-minute sessions you can do. You can find any type of level or, whatever level you're at with your physical health and just go with a video surrounding that. There's literally endless videos for beginners on exercise that you don't need any weights or anything, and you can just kind of work up a small sweat. Um, but that's tough. I mean, I can't necessarily tell you what to do aside from just start out slow. That's obviously a fear that you have, so you're going to have to break through that. Wow, we're up to 16 people. That's cool for a Sunday afternoon. Little notice. I don't know when I'm going to actually start scheduling these. Every time I have a live stream, guys, I know I've told you I'm going to have a schedule, and for some reason I can't even commit to it at the moment. This is kind of a last minute thing, honestly, because I haven't been able to put videos out because of my eye. And I didn't want to do like an actual video and then it'd be on there forever with my eye all swollen red and looking like a Terminator. Which my eye has actually gotten a little bit better. It's not super red. I'm going to bring you on close so y'all can see. But you can definitely see the redness in it. And that abrasion that happened is right over my black pupil. So it's pretty terrible. It makes for a horrible morning. Literally what I have to do to make it feel better is I have to like smash my hand on my eye and like smash it there. So it's like that little slit in my eye will kind of force together. It sounds so stupid. Like I'm pretty sure no eye doctor would recommend that, but that's what's worked for me for years in past abrasions that I've had. Yeah, high intensity interval training, Brian, that is like literally the best exercise you can freaking do like on the planet. You burn so many calories and you burn calories like throughout the day when you're done, okay, versus walking or running. If you do HIIT, which is high interval intensity training, or it's high intensity interval training, one or the other. Yeah, does something with your body where it continues to burn calories throughout the night. It's really really amazing. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's like a short burst of workout followed with a even shorter resting period, and you keep doing that cycle over and over from anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes. Very, very, it's like the most effective form of exercise I've like ever done. It's very tiring, but you really get a euphoric feeling when you're done. You feel like naturally high. It's amazing. I love it. Let's see here. Let's see. James Matthew, don't rub your eyes, do cold compresses. Now, I don't rub my eyes. I learned that the hard way. All I do is like, I put one hand on it and I press down and I keep it completely still, and that's like sealed that abrasion shut. And that's worked for me. I don't know why, but it has. I will have miserable pain until I do that. The game, I love your videos, man. I appreciate the uploads and support. Anxiety sucks. Yes, it does suck. And I appreciate the love. I really do. Sorry I haven't had any videos as consistently lately. Oh man, I've been so busy. Do cold compresses with your eyes closed. See, I've heard that, and then I've heard hot compresses. It's just one of those things. I don't know. Let's see. I got... By the way, bro, I'm doing exposure. I'm in the university parking lot. I'm going to go visit a friend that's working there right now. That sucks so bro. Yeah, man, that's great. Keep doing those exposure experiments. Exposure basically to me is just facing your fears, doing something you're uncomfortable with. If you don't like to exercise, go exercise. If you don't like talking to people, get around a social group of people. If you don't like getting out of your house, get out of your house. Force yourself to drive somewhere if you have trouble with driving. It's straight up to me. It is just facing your fears and overcoming it, and then basically sending messages to your subconscious so it'll start to get better. Is the connection still clear? I'm very, very paranoid about this right now because of my last live stream. I'm not on Wi-Fi right now, and my Wi-Fi at the time was just freaking messed up. I don't know what was the deal. I'm out in the country, so the internet connection can be quite sketchy at times. Yeah, Brian, I mean, all you can do is trust the doctor, dude. Your heart rate is like 190 when I do it max. That's not terrible. I mean, my heart rate, it depends on what you're doing. And the more you exercise, the better shape you get in. Your heart rate won't go up as much whenever you get as intense. I mean, I'm sure my heart rate jumps up to right about that level. I can't remember, but I think my heart rate used to be like anywhere from like 160 to 200 on the regular when I exercise. Especially like really, really intense exercise. And if you're not doing like really intense exercise and still getting there, that shows that you might not be in the best shape you need to be in. So, okay, James. So you had, did you have an actual abrasion? Just curious. But you're saying cold compresses work better. I wasn't sleeping for days. Yeah, I couldn't, dude. Like, this is just a recurrent one, so it's not as bad. But like the initial one, I didn't sleep for like 3 days. It was a nightmare. I couldn't. Nothing felt comfortable. Joey, aka Adam, is it good to cry yourself to sleep? I mean, I wouldn't say that that's a good thing. No. Sorry, I'm kind of dumbfounded. I'm trying. I don't want to sound stupid in what I say back to you. It depends on what you're crying about. I'll say whenever it comes to anxiety or whenever you're going through a lot of stress. I mean, I felt a million times better after I cried. It's not a bad thing to cry. It's it's how it works for you. I always felt like $1,000,000 after I cried. And the unfortunate thing is whenever I had horrible anxiety, sorry guys, this is bouncing, it's on my lap. I'm trying not to make it do that. Whenever I went through anxiety, I wish I could have cried a lot more often because it was like the only moments I ever felt normal was whenever I was highly intoxicated with alcohol or right after an exercise session or when I cried. That was basically it until that last year recovery whenever I started exposing myself to different things and making myself get over stuff. HD, cool, Brian. I'm happy. I'm just super paranoid about the picture on this. Thanks for sharing that, James. Says Wonder Extract CBD works so good, and 1 THC means no uncomfortable high. Great for anxiety. Yeah, I think I'm getting the Charlotte's. The Charlotte CBD oil. Rival Gamer TV, it's been close to a year since I've had my heart checked, but the pain convinced me there's something wrong. Um, Honestly, in a year, I mean, I hate asking all these questions, but how old are you also, by the way? But as far as that, I mean, if you're younger, and I'm saying younger, like under like 40 or something, and I'm not a doctor, I'm in a very tough, I'm not going to say business, but I'm in a very tough genre niche, if you will, because I hate to tell people the wrong things because I'm not a doctor. I just try to give you my best take. I don't personally think a year is like enough time to develop some significant heart disease if you were completely healthy before. Um, I just really don't. I mean, I understand the pain's there, but if the pain's been there since the first time and you were checked and you were fine, then I don't see any reason to believe it's anything else aside from anxiety. But a year, I mean, if you need to get a yearly checkup anyways, so it's not a bad idea to go to get some more reassurance. I don't think as a hypochondriac going to the hospital for 1 year, one time a year is a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. The people that I'm concerned about are going like 10 to 50 times a year. Those are the guys that are just taking it to the extreme. And I'm not bashing those people because I've been there. I went like 7 times in a year, and that was a big deal for me. And that was actually clustered in like a 6-month period. Yeah, that's very, very true, James. The funny thing is, during my anxiety, like I've told you guys, my heart rate was always like 100 to 110 resting, which that's not good. But for the high levels of anxiety that I had, I mean that was pretty normal for me. It would even go up a little higher whenever I got the heart rate thing put on my finger, and then my blood pressure would always go up with white coat syndrome. But after that, and then I continued to exercise, and when I was at my best shape, um, whenever I was at, sorry, I had something pop up on here. Whenever I was at my best shape, I was actually, my heart rate resting was anywhere from 60 to 75, and that wasn't even when I was asleep. So, it does get better if you do the right things. You're welcome, Brian. Let's see what else. Anna A. Hello, Trey from Toronto. Did you experience distant memories with your depersonalization? If you know what I mean, how long did it last? This sucks so bad. P.S. Teabag to help you. Thank you for that tip. Also, on the depersonalization, mine, what I experienced was basically, I guess you would say they're flashbacks, but it's like subconscious flashbacks. Like I can't put my finger on it. Like I said in the video about my depersonalization, I experienced depersonalization before I ever had panic attacks, and I would experience probably every 6 months to a year from the age of like 5 to like 15 or whatever. When I was a child, I don't know why. It often happened whenever I was in a car and I was looking outside. I'd have this crazy sense of myself and my subconscious. I didn't know where I was. But I would just have this weird feeling like, why am I here? What am I doing here? What's that I'm looking at? Is really, really weird. That's basically my experience. I would have like memories that were like trying to surface, which is really, really freaky and weird. It just has to do, I think, with your subconscious trying to pour out a little bit into your conscious mind in that moment. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't grasp it. So I didn't actually have any memories. But it was really, really freaky for me. Yeah, Carl is. Excuse me if I mispronounce anybody's names. That's just gonna happen on here. For me, I'm not very good at that. It's either Carl, Michael, or Michelle. He's saying that he's done all the heart tests, had a stress test, blood work, couple EKGs, or he put EKGs, and now wearing an event monitor for a month. Well, I will say this: you've had all the tests done. You got to start trusting the doctors straight up, especially if they're saying you're fine. But you're lucky; they're actually giving you literally every outlet that they can to convince you that nothing is wrong. So take advantage of that. And they're giving you a monitor for a month. So if there's anything wrong at all, they're gonna let you know. Okay, so just make sure you trust the doctors after this month long of having a heart monitor. But your behavior is very normal for a hypochondriac or a health anxiety sufferer. We always tend to think that something's still wrong after getting, told that, we're good to go. Paul, he says, I take benzos and SSRI, and I never feel the same way emotionally every day. I would love to get off this stuff and feel stable again. Any suggestions? First off, yeah, as far as that goes, it's going to change your brain chemistry, and it may not just be the best thing for you. It's going to make everybody feel a little different. It might help you in one aspect, but it may not help you in another, As far as you not feeling the same way emotionally and suggestions and you're wanting to get off of it, I'd go to your doctor, tell them straight up what's going on. And I would suggest trying to taper off or switch. I don't have a ton of advice except for trying to do things a natural way or talking to your doctor on tapering or switching. Because my heart's not in it with the antidepressants. My heart's not in it. I try to give y'all the best advice that I can. I always think it's good to try to taper off and imply natural ways into your life to help you with that. Let's see. Brian, you're giving me more confirmation that there's no lag. That's good. Joey, aka Adam, weed versus alcohol. I guess in terms of stress and anxiety, alcohol is going to help you in the moment. Maybe some people would actually make them have panic attacks for whatever reason, but in a moment, alcohol always did help me. But the next day was a nightmare, and then you get in that cycle, and then you were addicted to alcohol to self-medicate for your anxiety, and so forth and so on, to the point to where you're not ever getting out of this cycle. I'm not going to say that alcohol is the same thing as antidepressants, but you're still kind of like putting a bandage over something that's infected and you're not cleaning it out. Alcohol isn't going to fix your problems. It might smooth you over for the evening, maybe knock you out to go to sleep. But, I mean, if you're having to do that every single day, now you're compromising your health. And your health's going to get worse the more you drink alcohol, and that's going to make your health anxiety 10 times worse. So, as far as weed goes, some people can use it to help them out. Some people it doesn't help. Some people have they have panic attacks that were sparked up from, smoking weed. Also, you don't want to get caught in that thing where you got to have a joint all the time, or having to, eat edibles, or, use oils all day as far as cannabis goes. I think people that have extreme pain and are suffering from things like cancer and stuff like that, it could be beneficial for them. But as far as having to use it nonstop, that's still going to end up being a habit. I just think financially it's not good. And if you're using weed instead of having to face reality and actually, use more natural ways like exercise and diet and things like that, then it can still be an issue too. But I've heard way more positive about weed than I have alcohol. There's really no positive with alcohol, honestly. If you think that getting over it for a few hours with your alcohol in the evening worth it, then I guess that's a plus. But it doesn't help you in the long run. I'm trying not to get behind on these comments. We got 18 people in here. I'm glad you are watching. Let's see. Bro, I feel like when I breathe, oxygen doesn't go to my brain. I can't feel myself breathing. Ricardo, he's saying, I feel like when I breathe, oxygen doesn't enough go to my brain. Like I can't feel myself breathing. I don't know if that's manifested in like dizziness, or if you're just straight up having like shortness of breath, but I don't know if this is during a panic attack or if this is just like normal for you, but I would just, try to implement some deep breathing exercises for that. As far as in the moment, there's not a ton I can tell you on that. I can say if you've been to the doctor and you're healthy and you don't have any asthma or any breathing issues, it could probably straight up just be anxiety. Also, guys, if you're going to have questions for me, I just will suggest this. Any questions, I need to know if you've been to the doctor before. Say, I've been to the doctor, I've gotten tested for what I'm asking. Because if you haven't, you always need to go get that reassurance, because I'm not going to be able to diagnose you. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to subject myself to that. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to you guys. So, especially on my Facebook group, like, I get messages all the time, like, do you think this is wrong? Yeah. I mean, I can't directly tell you. What I can tell you is to go to the doctor, and if you get tested, they're professionals, we're not professionals, so you have to trust them. You don't have another choice unless you want to go get your doctor degree. So, I mean, we have to trust. You can get a couple different opinions if you want, but once you get to that level, you have to actually start trying to get over your anxiety and accept that it's anxiety. That's the only time recovery is going to start. Not trying to bash anybody or anything like that, but I would like to know if you guys are going to the doctor, and then let me know what your symptoms are. Let's see what's going on. Sleepy Naruto. Hey. How long did I suffer from health anxiety? Health anxiety was basically from the get-go into the end, so 4 to 5 years. Wow, thank you so much, Brian Gonzalez. I appreciate that so freaking much, man. That's really, really cool. That's the first ever super chat I've ever gotten. That was really, really cool, man. Thank you so much. I see you all the time in the comments. You're doing a good job in the group. I'm really, really proud of you, man. Keep that up. I appreciate that so much. Definitely goes to the support of the channel. There's so many things I need to get for this channel. So we're up to 22 people. Man, this is amazing. If you are here right now watching, this is my new record for live stream. 22 people. That's really, really cool. It breaks the record of 21. I don't care. It's just freaking awesome. To me, that's a really, really big deal, especially spur of the moment live stream on a Sunday. That's really, really cool. Jay Wegener, hope I'm saying that, from Texas. I found you when I was dealing with some caffeine withdrawal symptoms, and I just want to say thank you for the hard work that you do to help others out. Thank you so much, man. I hope you're doing better with the no caffeine thing. During that video, I just gave you the basic, most reported caffeine withdrawal symptoms. Headaches are a big deal with that, but I hope you're still doing good with that. Let's see what else we got going on. James, to some extent, yeah, that you're right with that. Everyone will always have some form of anxiety. It's all about managing it, is what James had to say. Um, that's true. I mean, we're all going to have some type of anxiety, but as far as anxiety disorders go, not everybody has an anxiety disorder. If you don't manage it and you keep manifesting your anxiety into something bigger and bigger, that's whenever anxiety disorder comes about. You're so welcome, Paul. James, they make products that help with anxiety. It's called Rescue Remedy by Natural Stress Remedy, a flower remedy. That's cool, man. Thanks for letting me know. I still have to get a lot of. I mean, there's endless videos that I can make. It's all about me getting these products and reviewing them for you guys. But I always have to be really, really careful with doing that. I don't want my channel just to be reviewing products. Yeah. Let's see what else. Rival Gamer TV, my EKG at the doctor's office, they said it was off. What do you mean by off? Let me know what that means. I don't know what you mean. If there was a malfunction with the EKG or if your EKG was just not, was an abnormal scan. But the cardiologist and the stress test was normal. I've been wanting to go get checked again, but I don't have insurance. Well, you do have good news with the stress test being normal, but whenever I get down here, hopefully you let me know what you mean by your EKG being off. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I need to know what you mean there. As far as not having insurance, guys, I know it's hard for everybody to afford insurance, but I really, really strongly suggest getting some type of medical insurance, especially if you have issues with health anxiety. You're going to rack up so many bills. Find a job that has, some type of affordable insurance. I know it's not affordable all the time, but get some type of plan. Get a cheap plan, something that's going to cover you if something major happens. It's always important. Philip, alcohol is garbage. Yeah, for basically, if you have any type of issue with it or you got any anxiety, it's not going to help at all. What's up, Scott Johnson? Virgo, I'm trying to master meditation and get into it. That's great. Meditation is highly, highly underrated, if you have to ask me. Twice. See the David videos help you all so much. Is like you describe my life. I suffer from anxiety almost 20 years, lost my job. Friends off from it. I'm so sorry to hear that, the Davey 1981. It's actually hard for me to see some of these. My eye is like that bad. I appreciate you, man. I'm so happy that the videos help you. 20 years is a long time. You've lost your jobs. You lost your friends. I lost a relationship. I lost my friends. I lost multiple jobs. I lost my life in like 5 years. I did more damage in 3 to 4 years and 3, 4, and 5 years than a lot of people with a lifetime of anxiety. So I definitely understand that. You just got to find out what works. I don't know if you're on any type of antidepressant. I don't know if you practice the tips that I tell you, but you got to do it each and every day. You can't let up. I don't know how more to stress that. Everybody's different, so some of my strategies aren't going to work for you, but I'm sure that at least one or two of them will work if you give them all a chance. Joey, aka Adam, alcohol tastes like garbage and then makes you feel like garbage. Yeah, I mean, you gotta definitely acquire a taste for it. Beer is always my thing. I acquired a taste for it a long time ago, so it's like it's not a big deal. But once you start liking it, and if you think it does something for you, the taste isn't an issue anymore, and that's kind of what it is. And yeah, if you feel like garbage the next day from drinking, I mean that sucks, but you don't think about it in the moment whenever you're doing it. You think that the moment outweighs the future, so let's see. I don't know how to pronounce. I know you from the comments and everything, but is it Psych? or it's UNCYKE. If you want to put down a pronunciation down there when I get down there, that'd be cool, because I do not know how to pronounce. Or if you just want to give me your name. Does your anxiety go up when the sun goes down? Well, whenever I did have bad anxiety, it did. And I actually need to make a video about this. It's a really, really interesting topic, because it always did. But you have to think about what's going on. Many of you have bad anxiety whenever the sun goes down and whenever it's nighttime. And I'm going to try to break this down. It's very, very freaking interesting. Mine did this, and I think there's a few different reasons. There's darkness, okay? What does darkness usually bring? Sadness, more depression. It's not bright. It's not positive. It's more negative. All the people around you that are normal are going to sleep, but we're dealing with insomnia, so we're up. We feel more alone than usual. We also aren't as busy with our lives. There's not a lot of noise. There's not a lot of things going on around us. So we have to focus on our symptoms in our life more. It's quiet. It's a very quiet, reflective time. So I think that's really why nighttime really brings up a lot of anxiety and a lot of anxious feelings. Snarky dreams. Trey, can you do a video on fast hour when getting up? Oh, first hour, I'm guessing. I need to do a morning routine for you guys. That would be amazing, actually. Man, y'all give me so many good video ideas sometimes. I need to remember that one, and I need to remember the getting up. The anxiety getting worse at sundown. Those are two great video ideas right there, right off the bat. And that's good that all your tests came back. That's great. That's what you needed. That's that reassurance you needed. Thanks, Philip, man. You're cool, too. I'm so happy I can give you hope, Virgo. I appreciate you tuning in. Ricardo Neri, did I experience headaches on the daily? There were definitely periods of time where I did, especially when I focused and worried about it. They would get worse. They really would. The tension would get stronger, and they would pound even more. I was always scared I was having some aneurysm or a stroke. It would happen in clusters. I would have them for a few days, and none, and have them for a week, and then none, and have them for 2 days. Just all depended. Snarky dreams. I've been getting numbness on my right side. I think it's TMJ because I had it, but on my left side. So yeah. As far as that goes, the best thing I can put numbness and tingling kind of in the same category. This is assuming you've been checked out on. Could be, what's going on. James, I have, excuse me if I mispronounce this, trigeminal neurology. I cannot read, guys. I have trigeminal neuralgia. Okay. Never heard of that, first off. It does help with anxiety and stress, that's for sure. It doesn't help with anxiety and stress, that's for sure. I have it in my right eye. I have it right in the eye. I'm just all over the place with these. I can barely see. If you have TMG, open and close your mouth. See if it makes a clicking noise. If so, you definitely have TMG. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with that. That's definitely not my issue. For sure. Mine is a straight up abrasion. I have been diagnosed. Let's see. I'm not sure what they meant. Didn't specify something about the bottom being off. Something about the bottom being off. I was having a panic attack while I was doing the EKG. Thought so maybe it just caused a bad reading. That's possible. Straight up. Straight up. Usually they should take that into factor when they're doing these. Honestly. So. Mr. Shiste. If I'm pronouncing that right. Shiste. Cold showers or hot showers? Cold showers all the way, man. Cold showers all the way. They definitely help with depression, anxiety, etc., etc. What's up, Kimmy? How are you doing? Let's see. The Davy 1981. I took a lot of medication. Didn't help then. I do alcohol, and a lot of it helps at the moment. But like you said, the next day is hell, so drink again. Yeah, you get caught up in that cycle. I'm telling you, definitely what I was in. Um, and you said the medication didn't help. I'm telling you, like, I don't know very many happy people that take antidepressants. I really do not. Let's see what else. Kind of skip over that one. James Matthew, there are benefits for alcohol like disinfecting wounds. Bartering and low doses of alcohol are found in tinctures for stress anxiety. Yeah, I mean, if you can drink 1 to 2 beers a day or have a glass of red wine or something every night, it's actually good for your heart. But most of us just don't do that. I know that's hard for me to do. Very, very hard for me to do. And I don't think it's, if you find yourself like, this is my opinion on this. If you're having 1 or 2 beers and you feel like you need another one, there's so many people that'll say, "Oh, you're an alcoholic," you know. No, I don't believe that because honestly, not many people in general, especially if you're a bigger person or a man, can feel the effects of 1 beer, maybe even 2. I think if anybody's ever going to drink, they would like to get at least a slight buzz off that. I'm not trying to sound crazy or weird, but honestly, and I've talked to my wife about this, I've talked to many people about this, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't get why people say it." I don't know. That's just how I feel. Wow, thank you, Jay Wegener, if I'm saying that right. I got another super chat. That's awesome. $3. Keep up the phenomenal work. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wow, guys, this is unexpected today. Never did I think that I would actually get any super chats. Like, I'm blown away right now. Thank y'all so much. It means so much to me. Like, you don't understand how much it means to me. But as far as alcohol, what I was trying to say was that many people think that so many people think that you're an alcoholic if you can't stop drinking after 1 or 2 beers. Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Can't stop. But most of us just don't want to have 1 or 2. That's just my experience with it. I may be sounding like some crazy alcoholic saying that, but I mean, there are some people that can have like 2 beers and feel the after effects. But in my case, it's like if I'm not going to get like a small buzz at least, and I can't have like 3 or 4 beers, then I'm just not going to have any at all. I don't like the taste that much. So, yeah. Let's see what else we got down here. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling to read some of these. My eyes just really been messing with me today. Hopefully, it gets better. So if you see me like coming in, I'm not trying to get all weird on you. I'm like trying to see my laptop better. I got the phone sitting on my laptop. There's a little bonus pictures up there. I'm turning Snarky Dreams. I'm turning 21 next month. I do want to have some Mike Lemon. I guess you're talking about Mike's Hard Lemonade. Let's see here. Like just 1 bottle, but I don't know how I would feel like during or later on. Like I want to enjoy my 21 with a good beer. I mean, I don't know. I really don't think one is going to affect you super bad as far as anxiety goes. Again, I'm not trying to condone or promote alcohol drinking or none of that, but I'm just saying, with my experience, one has never done anything to me. Now, if you're going to drink one like a Mike's Hard, if that's like 6%, drinking like one of those, I don't know if you're a girl or a guy, that makes a difference. If you're a girl and you have one of those and you don't drink very often at all, you might feel kind of good after it. I don't think it's enough to give you a hangover for sure, so. Joey, aka Adam, did you ever get high from weed? If you have, what does it feel like? Can you control yourself when high on weed? Honestly, for me, I've smoked weed like 5 times in my life. 5 times. And it was not a great experience, really. 2 out of the 5 times, it was okay. The other 3 times, I thought I was dying because I was always super intoxicated, so I'm not really a good example of that. I mean, I never smoked weed whenever I was sober in my life. So I can't really tell you from a sober standpoint, but I was super intoxicated. So whenever I smoked a lot of weed after drinking, it was a nightmare for me. I often got sick and threw up. So had like panic attack moments before I even knew I had panic disorder or had this major anxiety issues. That would be like the closest thing to a panic attack I'd ever had. James Matthew, don't forget bad posture, headache triggers. Posture is very important. Yeah, that's true. That's something that I'm going to be actually working on. I actually hunch a lot, which not only is that very unattractive, um, good posture is good for so many things. Blood flow, your confidence, it helps you think better. You know, blood flow is one of the keys with that. I'm gonna actually probably do a video or two over that whenever I get more into my general self-help type videos. Joey, aka Adam, can you act normal when high on weed? I mean, yeah, there's many people that have a high tolerance of it, so yeah, there's many people that act pretty normal. Kimmy, I'm doing okay. I hurt my foot yesterday, so I have it up and I'm icing it now, but it sucks because I'm supposed to move today and I can't do much. Man, I'm so sorry. I'm in pain too. We'll be in pain together today. How'd you hurt it? Were you exercising or did you just like trip or something? That sucks. And I hate moving. I hate moving. It's like the worst. Anybody else agree with me that moving is like literally the worst thing in the world? Like, I hate it. James, trigeminal neuralgia. I still feel like I get tongue tied when I say that. Is nerve pain. Very painful, comes and goes, or stays for hours. But see, I've been suffering from agoraphobia my whole life. Opening the front door to leave my house is nerve wracking. Yeah, I don't have a huge, I would have never called myself uh, agoraphobic or anything. I definitely didn't like leaving my house because I would have to be around people or I would have to drive, but those are my main two influencers of not wanting to leave the house. I wasn't like terrified when the sun hit me or anything like that. I didn't freak out if I had to go for a walk or something. It wasn't that, but I definitely had things that made me want to stay inside. But I can't ever call myself, agoraphobic or have had called myself that. Yeah, Snarky Dreams. So funny, like saying your name, like Snarky Dreams. Yeah, milk definitely will cause a lot of gas, and that can really aggravate your upper abdomen, and make you feel like you're having chest pains and stuff like that. My heartburn and indigestion always would make me feel like that. So a lot of us confuse heartburn and indigestion with chest pain. Definitely cut down on the milk. I've had to do that because it really, really gives me horrible gas. I think we're all like lactose intolerant to some degree. We're not meant to drink cow's milk. I'm just saying. Alicia Paddock, how was your anxiety the day after drinking? It was freaking horrible, hellacious, a nightmare. Where do I get started? I mean, the chest pain, the sweating, the chills, the like tremors, and it wasn't from withdrawal. It was just like straight up just my nerve. My nervous system was terrible. I would have like panic attacks nonstop all day, and yet I would still drink like every other day at the time. It was like I couldn't get enough of misery or something. Yeah, alcohol definitely makes things worse. Plex BMAC, how does drinking water and doing meditation take? Are you saying how long does drinking water and doing meditation take to cure anxiety? And does meditation actually cure the problem fully or temporary? And yes, I went to the doctor and I got my test. They say it's normal. Well, that's great. You got your reassurance right there. Now you need to accept that it's anxiety and we need to start working on that. How does drinking water help? As far as drinking water, the big thing about drinking water is you're cutting out other things. Don't just drink water, but keep drinking everything else. Cut out the alcohol, cut out the caffeine. That's a big deal right there. Cut out a lot of things with sugar. The coffee, your teas, your sweet drinks, your fruit drinks, Cokes, alcohol, beer, or whatever. Cut that stuff out and just replace it with water. You're going to do yourself a huge favor on that. Also, staying hydrated just helps your body function great. It's going to help you with your health anxiety. It's going to help you reassure yourself that you're doing all right. Water just is great. It's natural to us. It calms us down. It really helps you with headaches and muscle tension and joint pain. Any of these pains that you're getting in your joints and muscles, water and being hydrated is going to help you with that. 80% of us are dehydrated at all times. So it's very, very important to make sure that you are, staying hydrated, obviously, to be ahead of the game. The Davy 1981. Do you also suffer from insomnia? I did back in the day for sure. Damn sure did. Days without sleeping. Kimmy, I hope you feel better. Moving literally sucks, and I'm moving 3 hours away, so I've been super stressed about it. I was helping my roommate with her bed frame, and the head of it fell on my foot. Ow, man, that sucks. So I might have to go get an x-ray. I'm waiting for the doctor to call me. Man, that sucks. I'm so sorry. In the midst of moving 3 hours away. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Try to be positive as best as you can, because that's going to add to your stress. Just really try. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer, guys. My phone's actually dying. It's like on like 15%. So I don't want this to like cut short without me saying, saying bye or whatever. James, can you do a shout out for any insomnia sufferers to check out Valerian Root and Gobble Calm? It's really helped me a lot. I've heard good things about both. So yeah, guys, go check that out. Valerian Root and Gobble Calm. Go check it out. I mean, that's something that could be an answer for you. And they're more natural things. Trey, I love this type of streams, man. Like maybe do it once or twice a week, like 1 or 2 videos on the YouTube. Love you. G, keep it up. Appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my second live stream actually in a few days. My eye's been killing me, so I didn't want to do a video that was going to stay on here forever, and I have like this crazy eye issue, especially with the lighting. The lighting in here isn't so good, so you can't really see how bad it is. Phantom Audio 83, what's going on? Superfood called Moringa, however you pronounce that, is amazing for ultrasound, all-around health. I told you guys I cannot freaking read with this eye. Look into it. Okay, cool. That's another thing, guys. It's Moringa. I think it's Moringa. It's amazing for all-around health. So, yeah, you guys check it out. It's a superfood. Superfoods are always good, guys. Avocado is one of those that's really good for you. How long, Plex BMAC, for water and meditation? I mean, everybody's timetable is going to be different. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't. Meditation should be effective pretty quickly, though. I'm telling you, like in a few days or a week, you should start seeing differences. You need to get a journal, though, so you write down what you meditate over and your goals with it. That'll help a lot. You had 2 weed mints yesterday, and I felt sleepy yet relaxed like normal. That's cool. I mean, I guess if it's helping you out. I'm not familiar with a lot of the weed products. I guess that's an edible. Kimmy, I'm trying. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I'm sorry about that. That always sucks. Don't know what else to say about that. That just sucks. Moving is like, oh. If you want stress, just like get ready to move. That's just terrible. James Matthew, thank you. Your channel is awesome. I appreciate that. It could be better. We're working that way. We're gonna see what happens. I definitely wish I could have taken advantage of these 5 days I had off with more videos and video planning, but life just hits you in the face sometimes. But what can you do? EMW36, do you know any symptoms of anxiety that are similar to symptoms of a brain tumor? Can anxiety cause constant pressure and buzzing in the head and ears? The buzzing that I felt every once in a while was like a brain zap, and it was just like kind of like a brain spasm. It's like a really crazy vibration. It was freaking scary. Also, I mean, headaches and head pressure, I guess you could say, are similar to the symptoms of a brain. I mean, I think you might be looking at it in the wrong way. These are just symptoms of anxiety. As far as being similar to brain tumor, I mean, it's impossible to tell, really. If you look up on Google, you're going to see what Google tells you, but that's not always the best thing. It's going to just lead you down a spider web of searches. Best thing for you to do is if you're super concerned, no matter the age, just go get checked if you need to. Ask your doctor. If they tell you it's nothing and there's no reason to believe that we need to give you any scans, I mean, you're going to have to trust them. That's the best thing. Wow, man, I've had a pretty big number of people on this the whole time. I've been hovering anywhere from like 15 to like 22, 23 people. WebMD is the worst website for use. Yeah, it is. Pretty much. I'm going to give you a shout out, guys, to a site I really want y'all to go check out. It's called Anxiety Centre. So it's just to. That'll be like your best friend. There's like, it answers literally every question you would ever have about anxiety. Everything. About panic attacks, anything. Health anxiety. It'll explain things even better than I can actually explain them, more scientifically. I do my best for you guys, I really do, but I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not the perfect, person to. I mean, I just don't. Obviously, I just don't. I'm not the best speaker. I'm here stuttering over my words now, so sometimes I don't say things that are totally understandable. I just say how I felt and my experience with it and what I think, but aim triple X. I have heart jolting when I'm drifting off to sleep and gas for breath was scary. Yeah, that's just kind of a stress response. I dealt with that a lot. It's kind of that falling feeling, and then you kind of jolt up. I would have that all the time. My heart would always be pounding. Well, guys, I'm about to get off of here. I hear my kids screaming and crying again. I need to go help my wife, and we got things we got to do today. But guys, thank you so much. We had so many people. I even got a couple super chats today. That is so amazing. Thank you for your contributions to the channel. That I'm so thankful and appreciative of that. You have no idea. It means so much. Um, Guys, if you haven't, make sure you hit the like button on this. And tune in next time I have a live stream. I'm going to keep trying to warn you guys on Snapchat and on the Facebook group. So if you haven't joined either of those, make sure you do it so you can get updates whenever I have these live streams coming out. I hope I got to most of you at least, guys, and you have a great, great, great day. I love y'all.